You're about to listen to the award-winning Stuart Pedasso Show. This show is for biologically and emotionally mature audiences. If you should not be here, please go away. We'll still be here when you're mature enough to partake. Mwah!
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Stuart Pedasso Show. I'm Dave, and this is just a quick intro to part 2 of our time at the Rochester Erotic Arts Festival. So it was like a couple weeks in between posting part 1 to part 2. Everything's fine. It's just life's crazy. So I'm petitioning to get on the ballot running for city council here in Rochester, New York, and that's taking up a lot of my time. So if I'm not at work, I'm knocking on doors or going to events and things like that, trying to get petitions, and that's going to be the case through May. So the show will be a little sporadic through that, and it's just taking me a while to sit down and be able to edit everything together for part 2. So I'm going to do that now, and you're going to get to listen to it. It was a really great time. We had a really great time. Can't wait even for next year, and we hope you enjoy it. And that's it. So we'll be back with the show maybe next week. I don't know. We're coming back. Melissa's dealing with stuff and Carrie's around, and we're not gone, but I'm just trying to stick it to the man. So we'll be back. Thanks for tuning in and enjoy the show. Part 2 of our time at the Rochester Erotic Arts Festival in beautiful Auburn, New York. All right, so this is the beginning of day 2 at the Rochester Erotic Arts Festival, and just sitting here minding our own business. Usually we gotta entice people to come up to them. You guys just walked up and go, "Hey, can we talk?"
Hey. Well, so my partner pointed it out yesterday, and I was like, it's my first day, my first reef ever yesterday, right? So I was kind of a little shy. And I was like, let's just peruse and walk around. And then this morning, when we first got here, I was like, all right, now I know what I want to do. And I was like, all right, and I'm in a yapaholic kind of mood. So here we come back.
That's sweet. Well, I'm Dave.
I'm Carrie.
I'm Anthony.
I'm Tobin.
Hi, Tobin. Welcome.
So you said your first one?
No. I brought him for his first time.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. How many times have you been here?
6.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So you went to the ones when it was in Rochester.
Yeah.
We're getting a lot of folks who this is their first time back since it was in the city.
Yeah. One of the big things too was that a lot of people kind of died off for COVID too, because
literally. No,
I hope not.
But no, more of the kind of the social distancing impacted the community to a certain extent, where people didn't want to return in the same way.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Isolating's
even
a little bit
now,
more normal.
They haven't returned.
Yeah, there's some people that were just kind of COVID, and then their isolation just stayed.
Yeah, and it's that in a lot of different fields, right? Even in the kind of field that I work in, right? It's for some people they just stop going to conferences altogether because why bother? Why even try to do kind of more in-person stuff when you can talk over Zoom or via email or text or Skype or whatever, So, that really does track. I think it's something that a lot of places have seen.
There was one presenter who was here last year who, for I don't know the reason, but last minute couldn't make it to town. Mm-hmm. So they're doing some of their stuff on Zoom in one of the rooms.
I wonder.
There was How to Eat Pussy yesterday.
Luna, that's who it was.
But I think the internet here is not good enough to sustain what were probably multiple Zoom connections, unfortunately. So that dropped in and out, and a lot of people, including us, left because it just couldn't happen.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Not all the tech works.
Yeah.
I wonder why it is that people haven't re-engaged. I'm surprised. Mm-hmm. I work with a lot of youth that are going through mental health issues right now, and something that we've been thinking of is why their kids are going through this many years removed from the COVID crisis, and it's been a lot of them are still not going to school, and we wonder if what's going on. Mm-hmm. Why people aren't re-engaging.
I can't speak in the community here, but in terms of that, there's a lot of folks who almost felt, I'll use this extreme word on purpose, but almost felt before COVID tortured to be out in public.
Yeah.
Right? And so that this was the perfect, oh my God, this is what I need. And so they just aren't going to voluntarily go back to that again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was definitely partly me before COVID. I was in graduate school at the time, working a lot of hours in the lab. So during the first 2 months of COVID, we shut our lab down, and it was slightly blissful. You know, I was I've been going, I could stay in. That's when I watched Tiger King, right? Oh my God. You
I know.
So the first couple of months when COVID really was not that dangerous here in the U.S. before it had spread a lot, mildly blissful. The rest of it was awful.
And then it got scary.
And then it got really bad,
Yeah. Well, I was saying to you, didn't I say to you, my students, I feel like I'm at work with my students. This is where they belong because they're the ones, and they recently, a couple of my students said, I wish I could be here for my entire school career because I feel like I belong with these friends I've made, the ones that are considered the outcasts, the ones that don't go to school because they don't feel like they belong.
Yeah.
And he said, oh, you should share. I said, I can't say where it is, where I work, I can't share that piece, otherwise I would.
Yeah. All right, so we have a question.
Yes.
Every year we have a different question we ask everybody who comes to our mics. Okay, so you ready?
Ready.
Okay.
If you're willing to share something, what do you have that's something that's on your erotic bucket list that you just haven't done yet?
Ooh, like this.
I've always wanted to do one of the airplane drops where you have sex in zero gravity.
Ooh.
Really?
Yeah, I can't
Never
afford
told
that.
me that one,
I
yeah.
am too poor for that. So
that is
yeah.
very hard to do.
Well, okay,
Yeah.
like so literally jumping out of a plane or one of those like NASA places where you train.
Rather
in
than
zero
like an
gravity?
airlift place, it's I forget where the service is, but it's one of those like you can rent the airplane and you go up for like 2 hours and they do dives on purpose to put you into zero gravity temporarily.
They're also known as vomit comets.
Okay.
That's the real, like, because it induces, you go from, 1G to 0Gs really quickly, and that's kind of,
yeah.
Yes.
So it is, they
but
are
there's
called
ones
vomit
that let you
comets.
have sex while doing it, and I really want to try that.
That is amazing.
Probably have to be quick sex, though, I would
Yeah,
think.
but it's the thing of like I like suspension a lot, so the idea of 0G,
Yeah.
amazing.
You
You
have
know?
to be really good at timing, though, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to get that down pretty well.
Yep.
If you do that.
What about you,
So
Anthony?
mine's
You
a
guys
little more simple. I really want to just try group sex and orgy. That's something I haven't. We've had a threesome before, but I've never really, with more people, more fun. Maybe it goes linearly. Maybe it goes quadratically with a number of people. I don't know.
Ooh,
That's something
math.
I'm really
This
interested
seems
in,
to be a safe place.
Yeah.
I'm not a participant here necessarily, but
Yeah.
one of these days I will go through like the sessions and get the wristband, and if I'm allowed to
They're
just
really
hang.
Yeah. No,
If-
they're. Oh, yeah.
I mean, just my partner wouldn't be super happy with me participating, but just to go and just to kind of see what that's like and how people experience that, that would be pretty cool. But yeah, this seems, and people have come by and have talked about it. This does seem to be like a really safe place for that.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
the vibe here
Very
is
comfortably,
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So far, I've been here for about a half hour so far. I have to
Oh,
say.
we also been here for
let
about
me
30
let me
minutes,
preface
yeah.
it with that. But yeah, it seems.
So,
amazing.
if you looking at the list of stuff to see and do, I mean, for today, anything really jazzed about?
We keep looking, and then I keep forgetting what we said we were going to do. We
Yeah,
were going
I
to
know
get
the
here
same
for
thing.
biting, slapping, and hair pulling, but then we were late, and then we came here instead.
Yep.
But there's more stuff that we were interested in, but I can't recall off the top of my head.
Because last year there was a neurodivergency and kink that I really wanted to go to, and then that got canceled. And then this year they have something similar.
There is a
today. I
psychology
forget-
and kink. There's
Yeah,
a
psychology
of
and
BDSM
kink.
and kink. That's a really
Ooh, that
Yeah.
sounds really
Yeah.
good. I was
Yeah.
looking through some of them as well.
And
Some
then
of them sound really
a little,
interesting.
so there's a couple of them that are listed as webinars, and I'm not sure if we're gonna even try those based after what happened yesterday with the internet connection. So yeah.
I mean, my individual one's been fine, but I can see with a whole
Yeah,
bunch
but
of
when
ones.
you add video and screen sharing
absolutely.
through it, that's
Yep,
when
yep. No, absolutely.
yeah.
No, totally. Well,
Love it, love it.
so if you're interested, you can win a clone of pussy or a clone of Willy.
There we go.
Oh,
Yeah.
There we go.
So
we've been talking about that, right?
Yes.
I've done the clone of Willy. It's actually pretty fun. It's pretty cool. The clone
They
of
make
pussy is
Great Christmas gifts, by the way.
is
Or
not
Hanukkah.
really usable. It's more like art. They
Okay.
do have a usable version. That's not what they sent us.
Okay.
So you can get one of those easels.
So is that
at
just
the
like a
Dollar Tree.
mold of the labia type of
Yes.
thing? Okay.
I was signing up for the Clone of Willy.
Either's fine.
Okay, I was signing up for the Clone. You said you wanted to do that.
Yes. So next time you disappear for a month, we'll.
I wonder if
Try
we
not to
can
do that
turn it
anymore.
into like a chia pet kind of thing.
What's that?
Like a chia pet? I wonder if you can turn it into.
If
I'm
you
kidding.
can hack it. If you want to
Sorry.
hack it, go for it. I'm sure.
Actually, no. You technically have the mold for it. So if you just like careful with clay.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, if I've seen the commercials right, you just spread that stuff on the ceramic or whatever.
Yeah.
It grows. So, yeah.
So my mom got one of
I'd
Joe
want to
Biden
make mine in lavender.
and killed it, and it didn't. Yeah, it didn't work. So
I wonder if there's a
sorry.
place where you
Nothing
can
against Joe Biden,
get
it's
your
just,
own, like send them a mold of something or a picture,
it's
and
gotta
they
be
would
just
make
a
your
clay,
own.
yeah, an inverse clay pot, and then the chia just grows on top of it. That's what I would think.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look.
I should trademark this. Hey, hello.
I could easily see how annoying that could be too, though. At the same time, because you're making individual molds constantly.
Yeah.
True.
So that
true,
can be
true.
really.
I know there's companies that'll do bobblehead dolls.
Yeah.
You send them a picture, so.
That would be
Sometimes
interesting.
your art turns into business.
Yeah.
This could be into a bobblehead.
No, probably the other one. The
Instead of a
Clone Willy.
dickhead, clit
That
head.
but good luck hacking that, because after doing that myself, I don't know. I don't have the artistic skills to turn that into a bobblehead.
Yeah.
It would be interesting. That would be interesting.
Cool. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Have
Absolutely.
fun.
Thank
We're
you
still
so
here the rest of
much.
the day.
All right.
So I'm sorry. You were saying?
Hi.
As you were.
Hi, we have a
Hi.
new friend.
Yeah, my name is Trisha.
Hi,
I'm
Trisha.
part of the kink community.
Hi, Trisha.
So, hey, I've never growing up, I've always identified I thought I identified as a guy. Now I'm realizing I'm gender fluid. But
Love it.
growing up, I never had any luck with women. Honestly, had things only a few different changes, I think I could have full on become like a full-blown deep incel.
Ooh.
So I'm so glad that didn't happen.
I'm so glad that we are having this conversation that didn't happen for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rather than be in the news for some horrific act.
Yes, because there's no good that comes out of that community.
Oh,
Lots of good that comes out of this community.
Oh,
Right?
absolutely.
Yeah, clearly a lot of good came out of this community.
Yep.
Because here you are not being an
oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So I came for the sex, but
You found a community.
yeah, I actually don't really like the sex here.
incel. Okay.
So I much
found
prefer
love
the people.
instead?
Yeah,
I love this. I love this conversation. I'm so glad that you're here because
Yes.
I was having a similar conversation in the smoking lounge earlier.
what were you talking about?
Well, I was talking about specifically that I am here, and I am actually not part of the community in that regards. I am bisexual, but I'm in a monogamous relationship with my husband, who is straight, and but I love this community because of the people. The people here are so nice, so diverse, so interesting, and they're just really, really nice, genuine humans. And I absolutely fucking love. I love it.
I'm loving the vibe here.
The
I've
vibe
never
is
felt
wonderful.
so comfortable
So,
in
yeah,
my
yeah.
life.
The
than
genuine
I felt
vibe.
here.
I think
Yes.
it's a little hard to be not genuine when so much is on display.
That
Yes.
must be it. That must be it. I've never felt so myself than I've felt here. I've never felt so comfortable. And I have such severe anxiety. I've never felt non-anxious in my
Fred,
life.
I love that.
Like, if I could live here, I would with these people. It's not the place.
Well,
it's
you
the
can, I
people.
guess.
It's like-
they do charge for that, though.
Yeah.
But it has nothing sexual whatsoever. This is not sexual at all. You know what I'm saying?
So
Like,
you came for so originally you came for the
Yeah.
sex and you stayed for the people.
Came for the sex, stayed for the people.
There
and
you
the
go.
I have
Love
met.
it.
I remember I was talking to an Ivy graduate and professor or research assistant for about 3 hours on image processing and how the brain compiles images and recognizes those images.
Oh, that's fabulous. That's very interesting to me.
I think these are the people that are so in tune with who they are that their brains are the most intelligent because they're not bogged down with all that external
I think there's something
crap.
to that. I think there's a lot of intelligence here.
Absolutely.
I would agree. I think so. I think so.
Absolutely.
Definitely emotional intelligence.
There
Yep.
you go.
Oh, the emotional
my gosh,
intelligence
yeah.
here is very high.
There's
You
none of
have
that
to get- there's a certain
gaslighting,
hump of
crazy, whatever.
getting over the nervousness, but once you get over that, and it's like you could try telling people the advice to like just try to imagine everyone else in their underwear, but that just doesn't work here.
No,
because
no.
we are all in our
Yeah.
underwear here.
Yeah, so many people in their
Literally.
underwear.
Often it's
and
even
much
less.
and much less.
There you go.
I'm wearing a caftan. I thought it would be funny because I'm wearing like the most clothing of all, but I'm so comfortable in this caftan,
You
and
look
now I want to wear
gorgeous.
caftans all the time.
I mean, some of the people. That's the thing. Fetish isn't just like fetish is more than just sex.
It is true.
So there are people who are attracted to more and more clothes.
That's true. Yeah, they're like, oh, It's like, oh, look at all. Yeah, it's everything.
Seeing a naked person, I don't think is as erotic as seeing a partially closed person.
I agree. I actually agree with that one.
Absolutely.
I
There's
I would
more
bet you agree,
to
too.
the imagination than what you see.
Or I
Like
don't
leaving
know.
it to the imagination.
As a
is
straight
what
guy,
people say.
what do you think?
So actually, no, I wouldn't generalize.
Oh, okay.
I see both, and it can go either way.
And I think it
depends.
does have
And
to
I'm
do with
sorry
gender.
that it's
Gender
not- I'm not
might
taking
have
a
something to do with
stand,
it.
Oh, no,
but
well,
I
this
can
is your
totally see
opinion.
someone who's partially
That's still a
clothed.
stand.
Yeah.
It's still a stand.
Well, no, I just don't feel now because you're making me think about this. I wouldn't
Right.
just say all one or all the other. It would really depend, and it could also depend
is
on
a
my
spectrum.
mood as well. Not only the person
that's
I'm,
true.
I'm
There you
looking
go.
at.
Yeah, that is.
And the
for-
last time you were pleasured. I mean, no offense, but it has something to do with it.
Well,
as
that goes with the emotion. Well, that goes along with that emotional intelligence thing.
being able to actually admit something. It's like, you know what? I'm not
If
afraid
we were
to
at the
say
studio, I'd
Yeah,
have a
yeah.
joke, but I'll. That's not here.
it. Well, thank you so much for
Oh,
this.
no, not done with you yet.
No.
Everybody that comes on, we ask the same question. Every year we have a different question.
Oh,
So-
I like the consistency
So
here.
here's our question. If you're willing to share, tell us something that you have on your erotic bucket list that you haven't fulfilled yet.
Ooh. I would say a consensual non-consent scene with a group of people.
Oh yeah. I've
Just
heard
being
that one.
like
yeah.
taken by like
Right.
5 guys.
Right, totally. Yeah,
Oh,
awesome. Well, I hope
okay.
it happens for you.
Ah, thank you.
I think there's a
welcome.
room for that here.
I'm sure they're probably.
They
I mean, anything.
They have an app
Kinda
for that.
kidding, but kind of not.
There probably
might be
is.
the place
You
to,
gotta- you
to
gotta
make
have the
those
right
telling you,
connections.
Yep.
if
Yeah,
there's a
respect.
place to do it, here's the place. Here's the safest place to do it.
It's probably on the Lido deck.
And
In
the
the
other
Lido
thing
deck.
on my bucket list, I wouldn't participate. It's not my thing. I just love the idea so much.
Mm-hmm.
I want to host a hunting party
Yeah.
where at the break of dawn, while the mist is still rising,
Yeah.
there's hunters and prey and hounds. The hunters are in tweed suits, and the hounds have whistles, and the prey have animal masks and shackles on and are
Oh
given
my
a head
gosh.
start
Where
And-
would this be held, though?
out in the woods
woods.
somewhere.
I love it.
The hounds would act as monitors and have whistles for if someone gets injured.
And what
Sounds
happens
like
So
when?
it'd be
in a
so
way.
like they captured, and then it's like a sexy party
I
thing.
was gonna say, what
Kind
happens
of
when
like
they
a-
capture them?
Like
Whatever
a-
they want.
whatever
Wait,
they
wait,
want.
wait. So
Ooh,
it sounds like I'm
fun.
making a joke, but I'm actually not. There's a dude here from Canada that could make that happen.
Ooh.
Remember from
Oh,
yesterday?
there is.
There's a guy who's like into outdoor
Who
bondage.
gets to pick what happens,
And
though?
So I think
The
it would
prey?
be the prey each will have an animal mask. So it's the hunter and the prey will be like partners already.
Oh, I love it.
Right, that would make sense because
Yeah.
you'd already
Oh,
kind of
okay.
have an idea
Yeah.
what the one would be into and stuff.
So the
Oh, no,
animals
that's
are
fun.
the characters that are the
and you
like
would just be the
ooh.
facilitator of it.
I just want to see it happen. Just
okay,
a bunch
I
of.
just wanted to
And there's an audience. Oh my gosh, I like it because that's part of the fantasy too.
I mean,
The
not even
audience
see it
could
happen,
be.
but just I want it to. Just the image of a bunch of people in like like the English hunting.
Oh my
with,
gosh.
like,
I know exactly
the high
the type.
boot.
Yeah, that
well,
look.
they do have they call it. It's a fox. It's a fox hunt.
Fox. Yeah.
Yeah, fox hunt.
Well, they
So
call
it's a
it
fox
they're
hunt.
they're bitches and because that's what female dogs are. But they use that for.
You could totally crowdfund
My
that video.
my cousin used to do fox
I'm
hunts.
serious. I'm not making that.
Wait,
It's not a
what?
joke. I'm serious.
Huh?
You could totally crowdfund that video.
Although I think fox hunting is often on horseback.
It
oh my
is.
God.
It is. But you have
Incorporate
it's the same
pony
idea,
play.
Yes, that's what I was just thinking. The same thing. I said,
What?
I was like, incorporate pony play with it.
I'm gonna say you can
Oh,
really do this up because they still
Yes.
have them
This
to
could
this
be
day.
so fun.
They do still have them. They call them bitches and oh my gosh, they use the word bitches because they're female dogs that they use for
Super
fox
Oh my God,
controversial
if this,
in England.
If this comes out, I'm gonna know it was you.
Oh my
Well-
gosh, what is the name of it? Oh my gosh, because
Well,
my cousin
thank you
actually
so much
did
for
it.
this.
Thank you so much for being here.
And what are your
Appreciate
guys'
it.
names?
Oh, I'm Melissa.
Melissa,
I'm Carrie.
Carrie,
and I'm
Carrie.
Dave.
Dave, Melissa, Carrie.
Yes.
Pleasure to meet you.
You
Trisha,
too.
take
Trisha.
care.
Very nice
You
to meet you,
too.
Trisha. Have a great night.
Thanks.
Now you're gonna be quiet.
we have pretty kitties here.
Hey.
Hi.
Happy Reef.
Happy Reef. So you're pretty kitties burlesque.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Do we have any like names? That you,
Oh, yes.
Yes. What do we name?
When
do
I'm
we go
getting
by?
my tits out on stage, I go by Spanksy, like
I
Banksy,
love
but with spankins. You get it.
Spanksy. I love Spanksy.
I'm Ophelia Rose.
Ophelia Rose.
Kitschy Caboodle.
kids. Oh my God, you guys have great names.
Right?
But that's one of the things I love about burlesque, because burlesque performers almost always have like the cutest, funniest, like
Burlesque and roller
silly
derby.
names. I love it.
Yeah,
burlesque and roller
and drag.
derby.
We've
You get
actually
to
done a
pick.
show from Rochester's roller derby.
That's so
Yeah.
awesome.
We have, yeah. I feel like there is like some sort of like they intertwine somewhat.
Yes.
Yeah, there should be more overlap, but I feel like there is an overlap.
Oh, I don't know about that. There is
Might-
part of me
might
that
be
has
the-
a little bit too much self-preservation to get into roller derby.
Yeah.
Unless
The
you
violence,
catch
I
me,
think.
get a couple of drinks
It's
to me,
the
I
Venn
might say yes to
diagram.
it.
Yes.
But,
Yes, there is
like,
an overlapping
yeah.
section in that Venn diagram.
The roller derby. I just went put skates on.
Put skates on. Oh, I went
and maybe I'm-
immediately.
Wait, in derby though, do you lose points if you take your tits out? I think you do.
And
In
You
roller
shouldn't.
derby?
You shouldn't, though.
Derby, I think it's just the elbow.
Don't
Oh, okay.
think you get them out ever.
No, I know. I'm trying to find the similarities
there
There are
Really?
children.
differences.
There are the children's there. We want to be respectful. The children's are there. They may be weird about, but yeah.
A niche thing, though.
Yes, I feel like we've stumbled on a hole in the market.
We were just
God.
so we say this all the time. If you can think of it, there's porn for it. So.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, there's definitely how could there not be
roller
roller
derby
derby
porn.
porn? Because
Oh, yeah.
I mean, roller derby, super hot,
Those
super
bitches
attractive.
look tough,
Yeah.
right?
I mean,
Tough, hot
There's
girls
already
love it.
porn with roller skates. Otherwise, like Boogie
Yeah.
Nights would have not been a thing.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
really
Roller
was the
Girl
70s,
is
yeah.
like
I love that
iconic.
movie. I know. I love that
So
movie.
I do too.
That movie is so awesome.
It's so
I own the soundtrack too. I won't lie.
And amazing. No, it's fire. It's
Show theme idea.
show theme idea. Oh my god, like a 70s disco-y Studio 54 Boogie Nights kind of show would be
Perfect.
Oh yes.
That
Wait,
would
are
be-
you all from? Are you all? Where are you all
we
from?
are Rochester, New
I
York.
thought so. I'm
Yeah.
like, I know I've heard of you before. That's why I was like, okay, because we're Rochester people too. So I was
Oh, all
thinking,
right. Okay.
I'm like, okay, I've heard of you, so I'm guessing it must be Rochester. Oh, that's where do you now? Do you perform a lot in the city or?
We do a quarterly show now. We used to perform more, but like
Okay.
we have a very big group, which means we have to scale back on production in order to make a bigger show.
So everyone's
happened last time.
so everybody
like,
can be involved.
Yeah, it's
Oh, that's nice.
So it's like a quarterly show.
Okay.
Right now, our venue is the Rose Room on Gregory Street in the South Wedge. It's right by the German House. If you've
Okay.
ever been to the
Yep,
historic
yep.
German
I know
House.
where that is.
It's also where Groove Juice Swing dance.
Yep,
I know
yep.
we're at Reef and swing has a different meaning here, but like,
legit. Yeah.
and
Anybody we
I'm
know.
sh- I'm
swing
not,
dance,
I'm not
legit.
saying they're not doing both. They can
But-
jitterbug and jitterfuck. Like they
mean-
probably.
I love that.
There might be
allowed
some
to
of
swear on
that.
your podcast, or you're gonna
Oh,
have
fuck
to
it.
Oh no, we're so fucking good
Jitterfuck
at that.
is my new favorite word. Oh my God, jitterfuck. How can I use this in many sentences?
Another band name.
You
Oh,
know?
that's a band name, Jitterfuck.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah,
That
we
is
all
a really good
jitterfuck.
one.
You know, it's so like late 70s
Oh,
punk.
isn't that a
Fuck
Wham?
you,
Isn't
I'm
that a Wham
jitterfuck.
song? Jitterfuck.
Jitterfuck. I do.
I think I've heard that somewhere.
Bump, jitterfuck.
I don't know. I was ready to be like ball sack into my face, and that's like that's not what
Oh
they
my
sing.
God.
Probably. I don't know, but
do now.
this is a
He's
made-up band, so
I mean, George Michael, may he
Let's
rest
keep
in
going.
peace.
We got
Probably
more
would've said
verses
that.
to do.
voice like an
Honestly.
angel.
Yes.
Really.
Really? Oh,
I know.
I still miss
Ball
that
sack
man.
into
Still
the
love him.
face.
I know.
Oh my God, that
God,
is
his voice was
We do a
amazing.
dance to his Too Funky. You know, that's
You
girl,
do?
you're just
Oh,
too
yeah.
funky for
Yep.
me. Yep, it's all voguey, it's all fashion, like the video. You know,
Oh
it's
my
a lot of fun.
God.
But yeah, we're at the Rose Room. Our next show will probably be. This is tentative, but it's fingers crossed going to happen. Manifesting it on this podcast.
Yes.
Loving it.
July 26th.
Uh-huh.
Pretty Kitties Go Overboard.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be our summertime fun time show. So we'll start at the beach.
Which one?
Maybe, well, we'll be at the Rose Room, but we'll do some beachy
Beachy
acts.
thing. It'll be
Got
cute.
it, got it,
Kim
got
Beach.
it.
And then we'll go get on a boat.
On a
wink.
bat, maybe.
And then, oh no, the boat tipped over. And then it'll be all under the sea. Mermaids, sea creatures,
Maybe lobsters.
sunken
Girl, we need to go. You
treasure.
Look like a
Yes,
mermaid,
you
but
do.
you
Sounds
curse like a
friend date to
sailor.
me.
Yes.
Loving
Yes.
it.
I am here to lure these sailing men to their deaths.
Yes.
In a way that they want me to. So.
Yes.
They'll
in
die
the
and go to
best-
heaven.
It's sexy.
In the
Like
sexiest
if you,
way.
yeah, say like if I have to die, this is the way I'm going.
Oh my
I'm
God,
right.
yep.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, honestly.
Die and go to heaven. Heck yeah.
Yeah. So Rose Room right by the German House.
Yeah.
That's where our shows are going to be. We have some other stuff booked as
Stacy
well.
also teaches classes.
I do. You're right. Holy fuck. I'm sorry. I would have brought that up, but I just taught one, and I feel like I'm on Neptune right now. So like.
So you teach burlesque as
Neptune
well?
isn't
I
it the
teach
god of the
burlesque
sea?
and belly dance in Rochester. Yep.
Where?
At a studio called Connections on University Ave. It's 718 University Avenue. It's right by Writers and Books. And the old Starry Nights Cafe.
Oh, okay.
Well, I can't remember what the new place is called. Shit.
Matilda's.
Matilda's.
Yep.
Matilda's.
No, never
So right by Matilda's. You could get a coffee at Matilda's and then come and shimmy
over
and shake it.
Do a little shimmy shake.
Yeah.
Learn how to shimmy shake.
Yeah. So
Do you have
it's-
people coming in who are like, oh, I don't know how to dance?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
But here's the thing. Everybody does.
Do you have people that come in and say, I know how to dance, but they don't?
That's never happened,
Yeah,
honestly.
I'm
I've
kidding,
never
I'm
had
kidding.
anyone be like, hold the phone. I know how to
I
dance.
know how to
And then they like pull out the Elaine from Seinfeld, like thumbs and knees everywhere. Nobody's ever done that.
But they usually come to the shows and then are too scared to come to classes for a while.
Aww.
And they'll be like, I'm too shy. And I'm like, shut up. You can do this. Every body, capital B, body,
Can do
human being can
Really?
do this. I think.
Amen. Really?
Yes.
More people can dance than they think they can?
I think they can.
Really?
Especially because, like, you already did it at a party. You did. You just didn't think you did.
Do you think people are more held up by their fears? than
Yeah,
anything?
I do. I think folks got hang-ups,
Yeah.
you
just-
know?
If
We
you just
all- I mean,
relax,
we all
you
have
do it
them.
better.
It's just us breaking out
You'll-
of that
you just-
boundary.
okay.
Yeah,
and going,
I don't
"Oh,
know.
no, I don't
We're on a
like
podcast, and this is strictly a visual art form that I'm trying to describe for you as I snap my fingers and like gyrate.
Can be confirmed.
But yeah,
No,
everybody's
Stacey
got
is
it inside
gyrating
them.
and snapping your fingers. It's very
You know, like,
burlesque-y.
a little bear and
Y'all can visualize it, right?
No, I can attest to this. I took her classes for I want to say like 2 years before someone was finally like, no, get in the show.
Do it.
And then I finally did, and I was like, "Oh, this is amazing!"
this.
So
It's liberating.
It
I bet
so
it is.
is.
I bet it
It
is.
so
I
is.
feel like it would
Unknowingly
be.
stumbled on stage 11 years ago.
Oops.
You stumbled on stage.
No,
I'm taking my bra off in
I
public
don't have
now.
my pants on.
Oh no! Oh my stars!
And
How
did
this
it just-
Oh
happen?
my God, the scandalo! I'll tell
Did it
you.
just happen overnight, or was it gradual, or?
It was a graduation of
Was
different
it?
styles of dance to falling into this and
Yeah.
being like, come dance with us in a barn.
Yeah. Oh yes, it was probably the barn.
Oh, that sounds
bash.
legit. That
Yeah.
totally sounds
Barn
legit.
bash.
Oh yeah,
Seems
Oh
like
my
a
God.
thing.
yeah. Come out in the middle of nowhere in a barn and dance with me.
Yo,
I'm there.
You
Yeah,
guys
that-
want
that-
to meet me at a
that's-
barn
Is there
and
candy involved?
shake your titties?
In the barn.
Nondescript windowless van.
It sounds so much more
Another band
lurid
named
than
Shake Your Titties in the Barn.
Yeah.
it actually is. Way more benign than that. It's,
It'd be funny if you showed up and you go, "Oh, we're really gonna dance."
Dance in the barn.
Oh,
Wait a
I
minute.
know.
you show up and you're like, wait a minute, I thought this was just like a coded orgy.
Right.
No, this is
Like,
an
oh,
actual recital is happening.
Really are.
Oh, well,
Practice ahead
all
of
right.
time. Just
I'm
kind of was
obligated.
like, oh.
Well, you can dance if you want to.
You can leave your friends behind.
Thank you.
I
got you.
And if your friends don't dance,
If they don't
well,
dance,
if they don't dance,
Then they're no friends
they're
of
no
mine.
friends of mine
That's
either.
one of my jukebox songs in my head. There's a few of them. That's one of the ones in rotation.
Right?
now.
And it needs to be for everybody because dancing is for everybody.
It is.
I mean, even little kids dance. They do.
Yes, that's the
I mean,
thing.
you got
We
kids,
all
I
did
do
when we
have
were
kids.
were babies, right?
Yeah.
So you just start going back to your
all
most
dance.
natural state of bliss and joy whenever you're like getting up there and feeling the groove. And okay, granted, burlesque is dancing with a little bit of taking your clothing off, but that's also very freeing too.
Yes.
Right.
Is that what you wanted to do
Yes.
when you were a little
Yep.
kid too, though?
Oh my God, yes. Why were we all like, I'm being naked now?
Well, kids love to be naked.
Yeah.
They love
They
it.
do.
They
I
have
can
no
absolutely
fears.
still understand
whatsoever.
shoes.
My kid never liked
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a weird kid. Y'all have met him. He's a weird kid.
Oh, my grandkids love. My kids and my grandkids love to be naked.
Right?
Always.
Yep.
Always. Always.
There's a reason that they call it naturalism now.
Until they
It's
go
not
to school.
nudism
That's when it
anymore.
stops.
It's
That's when it's, isn't that a shame?
Yeah.
Good way.
Their
That is a
innocence
nicer way of
stops when they
saying
go to
it.
school.
It does.
That's a better way of saying it. I had another question and I totally forgot.
All those rules.
Well, okay, so how old is Pretty Kitties? I will ask.
Pretty Kitties was started prior to my being a part of it. It was started in 2008. So, yeah, early aughts.
Wow.
We're as old as, like, the fucking Pussycat Dolls or some
Whoop,
shit.
whoop.
By
They're
a
just
lady.
sellouts. Fuck that.
Oh, I love them. I
Just-
love them. We do a dance to their stuff, so I gotta, yeah.
This morning we
I'm
did.
just-
A lady that her stage name was Madam Mischief, or some people knew her as Rasha when she was belly dancing. She started Pretty Kitties in 2008. They used to do shows at Tilt
Yep,
back
I was
in the
gonna
day.
say I remember those shows until I was
and-
there at those shows.
Yep.
Yep.
So that
I
was
used to work there. Yep.
Okay. And I started belly dancing in 2010 at a studio called the Goddess Hour. Unfortunately, no longer exists, but it was a really incredible place. It felt like my temple in a lot of ways. It
That's where I fell
came
into
into
it
my
as well.
life at an incredibly... I needed healing at that time, and it gave me that. And started belly dancing, and then met Madam Mischief, and was like, "What's up? You also do exotic dance and stuff like that. I love that." And she's like, "Yeah, there's a thing. It's called the Pretty Kitties. I haven't really done much with it for a while. It kind of had been on hiatus." And in 2010, we started doing more stuff with it, and joined the first reef. We've been at Reef since its inaugural reefing.
The inaugural reef.
Your OG reefers.
So I don't want to do that. I don't do math. I'm not a math major. I count 5, 6, 7, 8, and that's it. So I don't know how long we've been doing this.
That's all right. That's just.
But you know,
You're a big man. You might
yeah.
need a couple.
And
That's where I was trying to connect it, because as you've been here saying, everybody can dance and you just jump in and you do it. So I wanted to find out, like, was it you just, I've always wanted to dance and I found a spot, or did someone have to kind of pull you in a little bit?
I got in through belly dance,
Right.
which is a gateway drug to burlesque.
And you started with pole dancing. So it's probably all.
Did anybody
all
do the
these are
scarves
gateway
or
But
the
you know, like
silks? Nobody did
Ophelia
started
and
with
I
that?
were
No.
theater majors. We had been
theater majors, okay.
at NAS together.
Planted the seed early.
In the theater, and I've danced almost my whole life, but that doesn't mean that somebody who's never danced before can't.
This gal right
Did you
here.
take dance when you were young as well?
So I took a little bit of like tap jazz and ballet.
Okay.
And then
That's
The
what I
little
did.
kid triad.
Yep,
did
I
not
did that
dance
too.
for years and years and years, and got pulled along by a friend to a pole dancing class.
There you go.
At
Okay.
Goddess Hour Studio, and then dipped my toe in the belly dance, and then got pulled into the burlesque, and that's where I've found my home and my people.
Yeah.
Aw. So I remember the question I had. So I would imagine that some people may come to your studio to learn, who just like, I don't want to perform. I just want to know how
Yeah.
to do it for my partner.
For fun,
Or
yeah.
or just for the fuck of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to learn, because I'm like, I don't know that I'd want to perform. I'm like, but I would learn it just for the fun part of it, for my
and
partner.
physical
yeah.
fitness.
Or-
I mean,
That's
it's
how
a workout.
I preface the class.
It's a workout.
It's like, you can come. It's a low impact workout. It's pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
I always offer a performance opportunity in the form of a showcase, slutty recital kind
Yeah,
of
to say
situation.
recital.
But
there's-
by
it's
no
not a
means,
requirement.
I'm not going to make somebody, get up on stage if they're not comfortable doing
Right,
that.
right.
If they want to stay within the safe confines of the studio, which it is, it's a safe space for you to express yourself sexy and have fun with your fellow dancers and, just be who you are and, shake what you got. It's a good time.
That
It's
sounds
a
like,
wonderful,
that sounds like a
just
very fun
safe,
time.
Yeah.
judgment-free zone where everybody is lifting each other up.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll go for the snacks.
We might have to add
always.
that.
Oh, okay. All right, well, I'll wait. Okay.
No, that's definitely why I started,
I'll bring
though.
my own
Yeah.
snacks.
That
I'll just be
said,
like,
if you do want to come on stage, there are opportunities to do so that are offered.
Are
to
there
you.
male burlesques?
There
I was going to
are.
ask if there were
That was
men
my
that
next
do
question.
this.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. I love
Burlesque
that.
is not a girls' club. It is an every person club. So non-binary,
Anyone can do
queer,
it.
everybody can
Anybody
do it.
can do it. You got
Yep.
a body, you can do it.
Yep.
Exactly.
We have
Yeah.
2 fellas in the troupe right now,
I
and
love that.
they're so fun.
I would think
One
that'd
of
be,
them,
fun to have.
I see one actually. He brings our like magic mic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Strap on Jack.
If you
right
saw, he
behind
did
you.
like a slutty lifeguard earlier.
Did you say slutty lifeguard?
Yes, I
No,
did.
we have kinky lifeguards.
Oh yeah.
At our website, we have this page where every time we do our show, someone will say something like, "That's my new band name." And just today, we just added the kinky lifeguards.
lifeguard.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That is strap on Jacks.
All
Yes,
right,
there.
all
he
right,
can
see?
speak to
There's
that
a kinky lifeguard
Plays
with the
bass
best
in
buns on
kinky
the beach.
lifeguard.
for sure.
That is crazy.
He plays the bassoon in kinky lifeguards.
Love it.
All right.
Why not?
I'd watch that movie.
Sure.
I think I would too.
It's already out there. We
Yeah.
already
Oh,
have it
yeah.
out there. It's
We're
already
just
out
remaking
there.
stuff that
Yeah.
someone already thought of.
Yeah.
Something's happened.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, if you can think of it, there's already a porn for it.
So true.
Not wrong.
So true.
All
Eyes
right.
out there.
All right. So in the show notes for this, we will put in links to
Oh, thank you. Thank
to
you.
Pretty Kitties, all the places, and folks can go check it out online.
Awesome.
yeah.
Thanks.
All right, very
All
cool.
right. Thank you.
Awesome, thanks.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
everybody.
You have to leave, but I'm going to hit stop. Bam.
Here we are.
All right. So
Hi.
we met last night.
Yes.
I don't know if you remember anybody's names. I'm Dave.
Melissa.
I'm Carrie. I wasn't here last
That's
night.
right.
No,
Carrie wasn't here last night.
It's the name's Bond, James Bond.
Wonderful.
Well, hello, James
Hello,
Bond.
James Bond.
Actually, it's Martin.
All right.
That's good. That's better
But
because
say,
there's
but
some
yeah,
copyright issues.
The original guy, Sean
Is it
Connery,
Martin
I guess
Bond?
he was Scotland. It's actually Brooke Bond. And those from England will know Brooke Bond is a brand of tea.
Is it now?
Seriously, yeah. Brooke Bond is a famous British tea brand.
Oh, that's funny.
Ah.
Look at us learning things every day.
I'll confirm that with Mark.
Yes. Yes, with our British friend.
I have a British
So,
brother-in-law.
From our conversation yesterday, we were talking about a few things that you kind of delve into, and a couple of, that's connected to like Reef and the community. But I got the impression there seems to be you really like gearing towards stuff outdoors.
Yeah, like we have the distinction of owning the largest outdoor dungeon in Canada on our property, which is just west of Toronto. And if somebody was to come up to me and say, you know what, I've got a buddy out west, he's got a bigger dungeon than you, I'm going to turn around and say, look, I got 10.5 acres. I'll just build more furniture. I got plenty of room.
I got room. I can make it bigger.
And I've got a kink furniture making business that
Oh, perfect then.
funfurniture.com. And been making furniture for probably 30 years. Started off just making furniture for my kids. Did a kitchen, and then my partner,
Like little kid kitchens.
well, when the kids were small, like,
Oh, yeah,
like
adorable.
the bedroom furniture.
Oh, awesome.
Did some stuff for friends, and then get divorced. Met my current partner Nancy 20 years ago, and we ran a lifestyle bed and breakfast for 5 years in Oakville, and now we've moved to the country, and we're developing the property. We wanted to get back into the lifestyle bed and breakfast business, but the furniture business has gone nuts. Like, to put it in perspective, before COVID, I'd average maybe 3-4 pieces a year. COVID came along. The last 3 years, I'm over 30 pieces a year. Like, the kink furniture business has just gone.
You think
has
it's because people are
exploded.
home?
Well, and part of the reason is my two top sellers are a portable St. Andrew's cross
Okay.
and a portable spanking bench, which both fit in boxes.
Right, so perfect.
So the portable St. Andrew's cross is literally 48 by 18 by 7 inches.
Like the bondage in a bag guy over there.
Right,
Yeah.
but the difference with mine is that's almost $4,000 Canadian. I charge $700.
Is that Canadian?
Canadian,
700
yeah.
Canadian? Nice.
And you can slide it under the bed. Now, it's not as intricate as that, but by the same token, I'm trying to make a product that's affordable for people.
It's important.
And it's portable, and the portable spanking bench, the box that the bench comes in is the kneeling part of the spanking bench.
Oh, perfect. So
Right.
it's all useful. Every bit of it is
and,
useful.
and
And it's
both,
green.
And both,
There you go.
Yeah, it's
and
smart.
both pieces of furniture you assemble with bolts and wing nuts, so you don't need any tools.
So simple,
you know,
easy. So that's
exactly.
really easy to take it with you
Exactly.
anywhere you want to
So
go.
we went and visited friends for New Year's Eve. we put the portable spanking bench, the portable cross in the car, took it up to their place, set it up, instant dungeon, right?
Instant Dungeon.
Band name.
What?
Band name. Instant
Band name.
Dungeon.
Wait, I'm sorry. What was it?
Instant Dungeon. Band
Instant
name.
Dungeon. Thank you.
Write it down.
Portable spank bench.
Yeah. And the other thing I try to do is I'm currently making some pieces of furniture for a couple of dominatrixes that work in Toronto, and I'm doing a throne for one of them. And what I try to do with the thrones is up what do they call it? Up renovating or
Yeah.
yes,
Upcycle?
upcycle. That's it. So I go to the local restores and I try to use end tables and bed ends. So the end table will be the base of the throne, and then I'll take bed ends that with sort of fairly ornate turn pieces, and literally use that for the backs and the front.
So
You know what I
recycling.
mean?
Ah, nice,
And the beauty of it is, again, I can make it for a reasonable price because I'm not turning large pieces of wood.
Right, you're recycling
I'm just
stuff that you can just
exactly.
buy.
And
at-
because I'm going to the restore, it's all secondhand, reasonably priced stuff.
Well,
right?
wait, we were talking yesterday about you thrift a lot.
Yes.
Yes, which I'm a big thrifter as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And Dave's on a board of one of our
A
local
local nonprofit, Greenovation.
Yeah.
that
yeah.
does that.
Yeah.
I mean, we're renovating the house, the property that we're in now, and tiling, sinks, doors, the kitchen we have. I got a restore kitchen for the doors.
Nice.
The cabinetry was just the junk chipboard stuff, which I discarded. And then I made new plywood cabinetry, and then Nancy chalk painted the doors from the restore kitchen, and we built the kitchen to match the doors that we got from the restore.
Oh, perfect.
Right?
Right.
And then the bathroom, we did a bathroom, so the tiles from a restore, we got the cabinet from a restore, we got the taps from, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's probably
So-
better quality than you can buy
exactly,
new.
Yeah, some of it really
exactly.
is probably
Oh,
better.
yeah,
Better
because-
wood, better.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, everybody wants to buy stuff from IKEA. So you go to the restore and the second-hand places, and you're getting solid wood furniture that nobody seems to appreciate anymore. You
Well,
know
the
what I
wood
mean? It's
is
crazy.
the wood isn't even as strong now as it was back then because they fast grow it or they genetically grow it or whatever
they
they call
cut
it.
it down too quick. They don't season it properly.
Correct.
So therefore, it doesn't have time to dry and naturally cure, and it splits, and it's such a shame.
So find old wood if you can.
Pardon?
Yes, exactly.
Find old
Absolutely,
wood.
yeah.
Hey, you're looking at old.
I
wood
know.
right
I was
here.
like, we could.
You know what I
I'm
mean?
like,
That's what she
I
said.
actually kind of think
I mean,
that
it's not a
applies
visual
on
thing,
more.
but I got some old wood right
There
here.
you go. I got
but
it.
I
I
feel
got it.
like
Yeah,
that sort of
yeah.
applies, though.
I was-
old wood, and in many ways, can be a very beautiful thing.
I blame Benny Hill. What could I say?
Oh my
Yeah.
God!
And
Oh, he was
Oh,
the
you
don't
best.
have
Come
to
on.
be
I
sex
remember
on.
those.
so
listening to
inappropriate,
that.
but yeah,
And page 3 in the Sun and the Daily Mirror.
Yeah.
I remember.
I used to deliver newspapers when I was a lad.
Oh, yeah?
And I'd go to Mr. Jones' shop, and the first thing I'd do is I'd go in the shop with my bag, dump it on the counter. He'd stuff the newspapers in for the delivery before I went to school. So I'd go out, get on my bike, go around the corner, get the flipping Sun out, check out the page 3,
three,
go,
yeah.
get out the Daily Mirror, check out the page 3, go, okay, I got to
I'm
go
done.
deliver the newspapers. I'm
No, I'm
done.
done. I'm done with
I'm
this.
good. I got my fix
That's
for
your
the
So
day.
how
the
long have
coffee
you?
and-
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
How long have you been in Canada?
I have been in Canada almost 40 years.
40?
40, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
wow!
yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I was in the British Army. Spent
Oh, yeah, that's right. You mentioned you were in the
7
British
years Royal
Army. Yep.
Engineers, right
Yep.
out of school. My unit got posted to Meaford, which is an area in Ontario,
Okay.
and that's where I met my first wife.
Ah.
Right.
and
So
then-
I was actually coming out of the army to join the Surrey Constabulary. I was going to be a bobby on the beat. Mm-hmm. But I met my Canadian wife, so it was kind of like she's either coming to England or I'm going to go to Canada. And it's like I'm going to Canada. So yeah.
And you're still here.
I'm
You're still
still
there.
there,
So
yeah.
obviously that worked out for you just
Yeah,
fine.
and I was just a regular guy, wife and 2 kids, and then we separated, and then I met my partner,
your partner.
Nancy, yeah. And first date, she flipping laid it all out. She
That's the
said-
best way to go.
She said, I'm bisexual, I'm been lifestyle since early 20s, you in or you out? And I'm like, sign me up.
Oh, that's awesome.
And here we are.
Yeah. I mean, if you might as well lay it out, because if somebody's not into it, let's get this out of the way.
And that's what she said.
Right,
She'd
let's
had
get it out of the way.
various boyfriends and kind of delay for a bit, and then kind of lay it on them, and they'd be, whatever.
Oh, yeah,
she said she reached the point where, no, I'm just going to tell them straight up. And
well, something like that to me is not. I mean, that's like a big deal. I feel like if you're gonna go out on a date with somebody and it's a good date and you're like, this might go somewhere, like, you might as well just say it right then and there.
Yeah,
like,
no,
why belabor it?
And I was in the situation of a nice, we got up, we were a nice woman, but sex wasn't her thing. And I got to the point where, yes, there's a little more to it in life, or I'm looking for more from life. And then we meet, and we were meant for each other, right? You know what I mean?
That's beautiful.
So
I love
20
that.
years together, and we get married in September.
Oh, that's
cool.
wonderful.
Seriously, yeah.
Congratulations.
We just finally said, you know what? Steampunk wedding.
Oh, you're doing a steampunk wedding.
Everybody on the property, everybody has mandatory steampunk dress code. So are mum and dad, and
that's so. I don't know what that is. Steampunk. All right, I'll show you later.
All right, thanks.
And the key is, and I said to people, look,
I love steampunk.
She's never been married before. This is her thing.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ruin it. If you don't want to get dressed up, we won't feel offended. Don't come, because don't ruin the day. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So we checked out the Clockwork Alien guy over there. So, again, and the beauty of steampunk, again, it's kind of upcycling and secondhand and kind of doing your own thing. So, yeah.
I love the aesthetic. I
Yeah.
do. I like the steampunk aesthetic.
So,
I love
that was the theme of the last Rush album,
Okay.
I did that on purpose.
Whatever. I know.
So
I
help me visualize, because it's I know it's not an oxymoron, but it kind of sounds like it in my brain. The outdoor dungeon. How does that work? Because you think dungeon, you think basement underground, and you're saying it's outdoors. So help me visualize that.
So basically, as luck would it, we were looking for a piece of property, right? We run this lifestyles bed and breakfast,
right,
in a kind of like a suburban environment. We had a private backyard. We had a hot tub in a gazebo. We hosted events. We had a dungeon playroom in the basement of the house, but we wanted to kind of expand, plus with the furniture business, right?
Oh yeah, good. So that's also good for you,
exactly.
Right? To make extra money.
So the beauty of the outdoor, and so we found this property, 10.5 acres. About 80% is treed, and so it's nice and private, and somebody had horses at some point, so a big barn that I had to renovate, a field that would have been the paddock, and then an area of maybe 6 or 8 trees, but fairly open, and it was just, as soon as we saw it, it's like a perfect spot for an outdoor dungeon, because we can use some of the trees as part of
that's what I was
place.
thinking, like for
St. Andrew's
plays,
cross, you lean it up against a tree.
Yeah, I could see where
you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's what I was visualizing. Well, it's like having your dungeon pieces. I mean, it'd be kind of freeing. You're outside, you're getting the air.
The bad news is we're in Canada, so we get about 3, maybe 4 months of good weather.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So we're limited.
That's true.
But
unless your kink is being out in the snow and doing
exactly,
it.
yes.
Because you got that.
And we've got a nice big fire pit that we built that people can sit around.
Do you have a sauna?
We don't have a sauna, no.
I'm like, if you hit a sauna, if you build an outdoor sauna, then you could have people there year round a little more, because they would go out in the snow, then go in the sauna.
Yeah,
I spent a year in Finland. That's why I'm like sauna.
Yeah, we've got the large hot tub, and I want to build a cabin or 2 that people can rent out.
Great idea.
And then we've
well, then you could definitely do it in the
exactly.
We've
got we light it up at night. So it's just something magical, and we limit the number too.
Yeah.
We keep the number to around like 80 people for a party, so that it's cozy and intimate. We got over 20 PlayStations outdoors, and we've got an indoor stable dungeon. So I kept one of the original horse stalls, just put a floor down, and everything. The aesthetic of the stable dungeon is horses. So the St. Andrew's cross is actually a hay rack. So you're tied up to the hay rack. There's a massage table with a glory hole, because why would you just have a regular?
I know why.
And there's a horse in the stable dungeon.
I was going to say it's a perfect pony play. Perfect. I mean, I'm just thinking.
Yeah,
that's
a horse
thought.
is a piece of dungeon furniture.
Oh, dungeon furniture.
Right.
But I'm thinking a stable alone is if people were in a pony play, it'd be that would be a great place for it.
Because people have done it. They'll come and stay.
Mm-hmm.
They could use the stable dungeon, and then basically somebody came with one of those pony carts, and then of course they can ride around the field with their pony because
you can.
Because you can. Exactly.
Because I can.
Because you can.
You can frolic if you want to.
Why not?
Man, that sounds so cool.
So if you're ever up in the Toronto area, you'll come and check it out.
I have the website for your furniture company. We will put that in the show notes so folks can check that out who hear this.
And the other thing you might want to do is, I don't know if I mentioned this yesterday, but my partner and I work for Oasis Aqua Lounge, which is a European sex bar in Toronto, downtown Toronto.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Right.
Yeah,
that does sound familiar. Yeah, you did mention that.
Yeah. So it's the only place in Toronto that you can literally swim outdoors naked year-round. Because it's an outdoor pool under the stars.
I mean, I would do that even if I wasn't having sex. That would just be wonderful.
And that's the and
right?
the beauty of it is
sex. I would just like to do that.
See, everyone's welcome. Any genders, ages. You don't have to be naked. And it's just and it's open 7 days a week, 1 o'clock till 3 o'clock the following morning.
Oh, lovely.
You get a wristband, and you can come and go as many times. So you can come for a few hours, swim, maybe go get a bite to eat, come back.
Yeah.
There's
cool.
There's a private room if you want to just have sex in private. You're an exhibitionist.
We got
and
wherever.
there's a dungeon, there's an indoor sauna, there's an indoor hot tub. So there's something for everyone.
Well, I will say, just from personal experience, having sex in a sauna is very difficult. I just say, wouldn't recommend. Not my favorite.
And the thing is,
you have to look out for the rocks. They're hot.
It's just
you do not give it 5 stars.
It just after a while, like if you're getting any serious thrust action, it's hard to breathe.
Well, it's a dry sauna with the electric heat, so you don't have to worry about putting water on the rocks.
Oh yeah, in Finland we always have the water on the rocks.
But when the club opened, I think 15, 16 years ago, the very first people through the door were me and Nancy.
Awesome.
Right? And if you'd have told me then, hey, one day you guys will be working here, I'd go, yeah, you're flipping mind. And now we both work there. So you never know.
Wow,
right?
you have just like
life
so
has
many
come
jobs.
completely.
I tell my students
Full
that
circle.
every day.
Full
You
circle.
never know.
No,
I
exactly.
never
won't use
know.
that story though.
Well,
But it's true though. You never. I mean,
Dang, Dave lost another job. What happened this time?
I'm just gonna say that you never know. I married my crush.
Yeah.
Literally married my crush. I'm married to my crush.
Yeah.
Yep. Happened.
And we were
Would
talking.
never thought it, but it happened.
And we're here with friends, and we were talking, saying that you think to yourself, and we've said it, Nancy and I, that maybe I wish we'd have met 10, 15 years ago. But the point is, you would be different. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You meet when you're supposed to.
You meet the person, and we actually met on Ashley Madison, which was a cheater, whatever.
Yep.
I was separated. She wasn't married, but I was looking for
some fun.
for somebody, right?
Yeah.
So she has a profile on this website, no picture, but an interesting profile. And I kid you not, the last word of the profile was, I'm looking for a guy who wants to have a lot of sex. So I read that and go,
that's me.
That's me, and that's me and every other guy on this flipping website.
Right.
Okay, so I'm like, so I'm gonna, and I don't know what she looks like, but we've got a lot of similar interests, right?
Yep.
And I love the last line, right? And I wasn't planning to marry the woman, right? But I said, okay, so you got to be kind of charming and witty and interesting, right? So I write her an email, and I kid you not, wait a couple of days, I get a reply. The last line of the reply to me was, and I quote, "You've got my interest, now let's see if you can keep it." I went, baby! Oh, yes. Yes. And we went on our first date, and 20 years later.
What was your first date?
Here we go.
We went to Snug Harbor, which is like a seafood restaurant in Port Credit. And I remember I used to work for the railway, and I'd worked a 12-hour shift, and I'd get off of work, and we were going to have an evening meal. It was the Sunday night of the May 2 long weekend, so I pull into the parking lot, and she's got a little green sporty Cavalier, And she kind of realizes it's me, so she wave back. So we go have our first date. Go back to so then I'm like, says, you want to come back to my place? I got a hot tub. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
yes, I do.
So we go back to my place.
Yes, ma'am.
With our and we put our bathing suits on, obviously, right?
Right, you're trying to be polite. And
Right.
yeah,
so we
yeah.
get in the hot. We're in the hot tub like 5 minutes. She's like, "Can we lose the bathing suits?" I'm like, "Sure."
Whoop.
Bathing suits are gone. Right. So then she stays overnight. Monday morning, it's a long weekend, so no one's working, right? So Monday morning, we're getting it on, and there's a knock at the door, front door. And she's like, "I'll just ignore it." I go, "No, my buddies are coming over to put new windows in the front of the house on Holiday Monday. They're not going away.
They're not.
They're
going
doing me a favor, right?"
Right.
I said,
I
"Look,
have to do
I
that."
have to go down and let them in." So I go down, let the guys in. I say, you know what you're doing? Yeah. I said, "Okay, I'm going back to bed." They kind of give me a funny look, but get back to bed. I don't want to keep the lady waiting. So then finally get up, go down for a cup of tea, and we want to get something to eat. She's like, "Oh, I'll take you out for breakfast," because I had paid for the evening supper. I said, "Great idea, but it's a freaking Holiday Monday.
No
right?
one's-
No one's
no
open,
one's
right?"
open.
So what I said to the guys, I said, and he goes, "Well, the Mandarin buffet, Chinese buffet, is always open." Okay, so
It's true. Chinese.
Right,
Yes,
right.
It's
Yeah, that's
fact.
true.
Right,
Okay,
so-
I'm glad to know that there's the same thing in Canada as
yeah,
here.
oh yeah.
Can
So
always,
Dude,
yeah.
that's
so we're like,
Always.
okay, so we go
Antarctica.
to the Mandarin, have bite to eat around lunchtime, and then it's kind of like, and someone's dog sitting her little peanut dog. So I'm like, "Well, did you want to just?" She said, "I kind of got to get going." I said, "But you want to come back for a cup of tea before you hit the road?"
Cup of tea, quote unquote.
And
cup
I
of tea.
did mean a cup of tea, right?
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? So, nudge, nudge, wink,
No,
wink,
no,
say
no,
no
no,
more,
say no
Yeah,
more.
yes,
right?
exactly.
So, okay, so we're back at the cup of tea in the kitchen, and I kind of go, and the guys are still doing their thing, right? And I kind of said to her, I said, "What do you think? Before you go?"
Before you go,
Nudge,
well,
nudge. She's like, "Yeah, okay, so you guys are good? Yeah. Back in the
Back to bed.
bedroom? Yeah. One for the road, and then, yeah, that was our first date."
Amazing.
Did you expect to see her again? Honestly.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I'd
yeah.
say you
Yeah?
probably, I
Oh
bet
yeah,
you
no,
probably-
You knew
we
it?
just-
You
we
knew
were-
it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's yeah.
You
I
know
could
it,
just tell
right?
just somebody where you just
Oh
kind of
yeah,
like, you all
and
clicked
the
right
funny
away.
thing was, so then we're like, and I was worked for the railroad,
Uh-huh.
right? So I'm kind of like, I'm busy all week, but you want to get together next weekend? And I think we were talking about it, and I said, yeah. I said, but I says I'm planning to paint the kitchen because the windows and that's. I said I got to paint the kitchen. I got to do pictures for the kids. I was a football coach. I refuse to use the S word.
You're
That's
all
all
right.
I know
You're
what you, we know what
You're
you
fine.
mean.
Yeah. So I coached both my kids, and it was picture day. So I said I kind of got a lot going on. So when I knew this was the woman for me was when she said, "Oh, that's okay. I'll come down and help you paint your kitchen
Oh my gosh.
for the
that's
second
it. Yeah.
date." Right. So then not only that, so we're halfway through that, and I'm like, I got to go get the pictures done. She's like, "Oh, that's fine. I'll just keep working, painting the kitchen for you."
Oh, my
And that was our second date. So, when you know, you know.
You
Yep.
know, you know.
You know.
Does she have a
Yep.
sister?
So cute.
She's got two sisters. One's single now. The other one's happily
Yeah, so you're
married.
not
but
single.
yeah.
I'm not.
I
I'm
just
making
like
a
you're
joke.
not
Yes.
single.
I'm making a
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm the only single one
You
here.
are the
Good
only-
God.
I know you are the single one.
See,
here.
he's obviously got a little bit of there's got to be some English heritage. He's got
Actually,
that.
there's not.
No?
Yeah,
I
had
have
the
English.
animation
I have
done.
English and
did.
I
Irish.
do. Yeah, I got English and
Because
Scottish.
you've kind of got a little bit of the English sense of humor going on. Yeah.
Okay,
just
I
watched a
grew.
lot.
I grew up
You
on Python.
Monty Python.
Okay,
yeah.
well that
Totally grew up
there
on
you
Grew up
go.
on Monty
There you
Python.
go. Yeah. Okay.
My uncle, the story goes, when I was a little kid, the good uncle.
Yeah,
I did
yeah.
too.
For Christmas, I got a Richard Pryor album. And my
Okay.
mother flipped. She goes, "You're not giving my 10-year-old a Richard Pryor album." He was like, "Okay, I'll keep it. How about this instead?" And she had never heard of Monty Python. She's like, "All right, that's better then." So I grew up memorizing. I had them all.
Me and my buddies.
It's
that's
just a flush wound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We would go to the pub on a Friday night and we'd sit in the back corner, underage drinking, and just the
Monty
cheese
Python
shop,
lines.
Yeah, the
Four
cheese- yeah,
the
Yorkshiremen,
argument
the
going
parrot
on.
sketch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sketch,
like
all
just
of that.
yeah, just
Yep.
yeah. So
Yeah, that was good times.
fifth grade and lunch, I'm like doing these skits to like other fifth graders.
graders
who
are
had
like,
no
I don't know
idea.
what you're
That was like
talking
from
about.
another planet.
And if
Two
you
coconuts together
and if you
from
want
food
to
nobody
you want to
else
know
gets
where
it.
I was born in a town called Reading, which is in Berkshire.
I've heard of Reading.
Yeah,
Yep.
and Reading's probably most famous son is Ricky Gervais.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
No, I love
I think
him.
Ricky's
Me too.
like I think he's 2 years younger than me, but
Wait,
we're
do
born in
people
the same
like him
town.
in your hometown?
I freaking love him.
I was just like, that would be the sad thing if people were like, no, nobody likes him in his hometown. I'm like, I love Ricky Gervais.
Oh yeah, no. I mean,
okay, good.
I
I'm glad to
mean,
hear that. He seems like
he-
such a nice person.
oh yeah, I mean, not only that, but not just his stand-up comedy, but his shows. I
Yes.
love-
Oh, you can tell.
Yeah.
I follow
That's-
him on the socials and stuff, and he's a really cool
Oh
guy.
yeah, he's a good
he
guy.
Seems like it
so that's
anyway.
why I'm a pretty decent guy because I'm
There
same
you
place
go.
as Ricky.
I know, it's the
Gervais.
same place.
So.
Where do you come from?
Anyway, I think I've bored you guys
No,
enough.
Not at
but
all.
I appreciate.
Appreciate you coming
you.
back. I'm
Yeah,
glad
no
you
problem,
didn't forget
no
about
problem.
us.
No,
and
no,
again, we'll
no.
put the link to your site
Perfect.
in the show
perfect.
notes, and it's awesome. Thanks a lot.
Thank
Really
you.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Martin. Thank you.
You call that clean? You're worthless. Get your ass on the rack.
Whoa there, Fernando. Sounds like you're about to show your submissive who wears the chaps in the family. But do you have a plan for aftercare?
Aftercare? What's that?
Oh no, Fernando. You don't want to be one of those Dom wannabes. Without aftercare, you're just a plain old abuser. Fernando, you need subsoothers.
Subsoothers? What are subsoothers?
Fernando, BDSM is a lot like wearing ripped clothes. It used to be a sign that you were a rebel, counterculture, a real badass. Today, your kid can probably choke out their English teacher for extra credit. But if your kid doesn't treat her right after, they're going to summer school.
Gee, I never thought of that before. And my name's Chad, but how can subsoothers help me?
Subsoothers takes the worry out of being a dom, Fernando. You can schedule a session if you know ahead of time when you're going to be showing your sub who's boss, or you can call our hotline if your sub is being extra bratty and needs an unplanned correcting. Visit subsoothers.com and take a look at our subscription plans as well as one-time sessions. And at Subsoothers, you're in control. You can decide what kind of ice cream your sub gets, what kind of lotion goes on the bruises, and how many pillows they get. Or, if you're still on the douchey side of BDSM, we can decide for you. So head on over to subsoothers.com before you're back in the laundromat trolling for a new sub, Fernando. Subsoothers. You humiliate, we alleviate.
Okay, I'm going right now.
Good boy, Fernando.